outrageous amount to see them in theaters, but you know, if you have Netflix, watch it. Not gonna see it in theaters, but I will when it comes to like streaming or whatever. I'll see that third Jumanji because the other two were funny.
Yeah, I probably will too.
And the trailer for this one looks funny.
Yeah.
And someone yesterday asked me if I had seen the new Spider-Man movie because I was wearing I was wearing a Fantastic Four shirt, but I had Spider-Man socks on, and I guess they saw my socks. Because I was wearing shorts, but I was like, no, I haven't seen it yet. And they were talking to me, and they were like, oh yeah, did you see the Comic-Con stuff, the panel and all that, and how they Tobey Maguire came? And I'm like, no, I guess I missed that, thinking Tobey Maguire did not come out on panel at Comic-Con. There's no announcement. I don't know what you're talking about, lady. I don't know what you're talking about, lady. I even searched Google just to see if I had somehow missed something, but no, I was correct. But she was like in her 50s or whatever, and I was just, she was just trying to make polite conversation, and I was just like, no, I hadn't seen that. That's cool though. Like,
okay, crazy person.
I mean, I don't doubt Tobey Maguire will probably be in Secret Wars. Part of the battle world that happens, but there's no announcements at all. So
who knows what's gonna happen in those movies?
I mean, the fans want to see Toby and Hugh Jackman interact as their characters. That's probably one of the biggest things I've seen on like the internet, people wanting to happen. Saw posting online for like my town group or whatever, and Facebook group or whatever, and someone was like, oh man, the theaters, it's so bull that they don't have Spider-Man in IMAX, blah blah blah. And it's like, nobody has Spider-Man in IMAX because the the Odyssey booked all their IMAX theaters. So in the comments, someone had said that, and then like later on down the thread, there were people who I guess didn't see the comments explaining it because they were like going, "Oh yeah, it is BS," and it's like, do you not look at the comments and you just comment without looking to see if anyone said what you said?
Have you ever been on the internet? Like, no.
I don't know. It's like, yeah, it sucks because like IMAX is the best theater experience we have here. So we don't have any of the Dolby digital or any of the other formats, you know. All we got is like regular theater and then IMAX. They have finally added assigned seating to the regular theaters, though. The non-IMAX theaters. So that's something. For the longest time, it was just like, find a seat when you get there. Good luck.
God, I've not done that in so many years. I don't think I want to go back to not having assigned seats.
It was only the IMAX theater on that you could do that on for the longest time until I guess sometime this year. And that's probably my local theater, because everything here is ghetto. It takes so long for everything to, here to acclimate to the newest technology, you know?
Yeah.
Like it took so long to get like food delivery services here. It's ridiculous how long it took. Like, honestly, I don't know how I don't know like COVID's what really got it to come here, you know, because there was no DoorDash, Uber Eats, nothing before COVID, at least in here, you know, in my city, for whatever reason. Anyways.
Well, I'm ready to start. How about you?
I'm good whenever you are.
All right. Pushing the button in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Geeks for the Win podcast, the podcast where we talk about our weeks as geeks. I'm your host, William, and I'm just my co-host, Stuart.
Known across the internet as Casual Terror.
And I can see you.
Why didn't you tell me I didn't start the damn virtual camera?
I was about to type that in, and then you clicked it. But yep, we're back. What have you been up to, Stuart?
Well, a major thing that has kind of taken up my last couple weeks. I have moved my gaming PC over to Linux. Well, not completely. I'm dual booting, but I have, apart from like the first couple days where I was kind of transferring files and getting settings from one side and transferring over to another, I have not gone back to Windows. And so far it's kind of nice. It's not perfect by all means.
I was about to say, didn't you tell me you had an issue that took like 5 hours to resolve?
Yeah. It's not
Which is
perfect.
just like that's how Linux is. You're gonna have those random weird issues that happen.
This wasn't a Linux issue. This was a virtual machine issue.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was virtual machine. Yeah.
because, well, it because Linux does not have any software support for any MMO style mouse. The only way to get, like, for me to be able to switch buttons is to go over to Windows, change my settings, have it saved to the onboard memory, and then switch back, and then it's fine. So instead of booting back up into Windows completely, I just set up a virtual machine, a very small one, to just kind of, okay, I'm just gonna take over my mouse, do my settings, and then exit. But yeah, that took 5 hours to get the network running so I could download the software. Um, and I have not even used it since. Like, I got my settings right, and I've not had a need to even boot the virtual machine back up again. Um, it took me about a week and a half to kind of get things where I'm like, I'm just good now. I am using Bazite as my OS, so, which Bazite, it is what they call immutable, meaning all of these system files are read only. So I can't mess anything up by, like, accidentally doing a thing that would screw over my system. But that also means there's some stuff I can't do, and I have run into it a couple times. Um, like, I have a Stream Deck connected to my gaming PC, which I really only use for a couple things. It's not used to control my stream at all. It's usually like using my lights and stuff like that. Um, there was one um plugin I wanted to use to, like, to be able to adjust my my volume on a certain channel. And in order to download that, I needed Node.js 20, which I know of it because I've come across it on Windows. And you just download it and go, okay, I never need to worry about this again. Well, that's something I couldn't download. It's like, oh no, this is system stuff. You can't do that here unless you do other stuff that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So, okay. But so far, but for the most part though, other than, like, the occasional thing where for some reason I cannot get a way to download the Epic Store.
Really?
Yeah. Which I don't play Epic games. The only Epic game I play is Fortnite, which I can't play on Linux anyway. But I do, yeah, once a week, grab the free games that I never play.
Hmm. I do
Um,
that too every Thursday. I
yeah,
look and see what's new.
and I was like, I never play these games ever. And next get
Hey,
back.
but my library is huge, so
One, occasionally there'll be like, oh, Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, it's an actual, like, game you've heard of. Occasionally it's those, but, like, that's only for special occasions. Um, but yeah, I couldn't download the Epic Store, but I can still grab the games using a browser. So,
Mhm.
um, but Steam works just fine. Most games that I've tried have worked. Um, the only one that worked right away was Baldur's Gate 3. That one worked immediately. I've also been playing Power World again because Power World got its 1.0. So I've been kind of interested in going back to that because I've not played it since it was released on uh, early access. So I've been playing that, and that took like okay, I've got to change this compatibility setting, and everything works now. So, but so far I've almost kind of barely noticed, other than everything looks different. Like I'm not doing anything too different than I was doing on my Windows PC.
That's good.
Um, there is something that the one thing that I'm like, I don't like this, and I don't know if it's a Linux thing across the board or just a Bazite thing. Which every issue I have, that's I don't know whether this is Linux or a Bazite issue. I don't know. Um, is it seems like it takes forever to boot, and waking up from sleep, it takes forever. So, but I will say Windows also does take a long time to boot, but you'll get to the login screen quick, but then it's got to load. Then it's got to load the startup programs that it likes to set up itself, and then it does this, and it takes you forever.
Well,
Like, okay, just fucking work right now.
and if you have multiple monitors, it takes a second to like to
It can,
to pick
it,
up like your monitor preference, like
yeah,
which
it
one's your
can.
main and all that. Yeah.
I will say with Bazite, like it'll take a while to get into the login stage, but once you're there, it's on. Like it doesn't go through that. Okay, I gotta wait 5 minutes after I log in to be able to do anything on. So I need to kind of like time it to see whether it is the same boot up time, but it's just a different time to get to that login screen. I know that, but whether it's the same time to be able to do anything on Windows and Bazite. So so I don't know. As of right now, I'm gonna stick with it.
I just don't want to
I
have
don't
to
have a cough button set
reinstall
up.
everything again. I'm just at a point where I'm just like, I don't want to fuss with it. I can't be bothered right now. Like,
Yeah, but then you go like,
I,
what do I really have to install? I mean, there really wasn't a
I
whole
mean, like,
lot.
just, I mean, all my settings for like Discord and my mic and camera and everything. I just don't want to have to go through all that stuff again. And,
Well,
and
that's kind of why all my stuff was on my. That's why a lot of that stuff was already on my streaming PC, so I didn't have to set up everything
well,
again.
yeah, you're lucky. You got, you know, my theoretical streaming PC would be or is with Steven, so he can, he's using that right now.
Right.
My old PC that I would have used as a streaming, but
If
his
if you streamed.
the yeah, the deal we had was like I would let him use the PC if he would give D&D a try, and then he got hooked on D&D as I knew he would. And now we're doing Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, which is still D&D.
Yeah.
Um, I think eventually, kind of at some point, I'll switch to another distro. Um, one that's not, that doesn't lock me down. But for now, I'm gonna stick with Bazite. I've kind of heard it described kind of like this, like it in the same way like a console would like lock you out of like doing stuff to the system. That's what Bazite does. So okay,
So you're just it's your gaming PC you just use for gaming, right?
pretty much.
So you have no interest at all in SteamOS since
I still use it as a desktop.
yeah.
So I mean, like I still use the browser and I still do other things on it, but it is mainly gaming.
Well, according to Linus, it's from Linus Tech Tips, it's the best desktop OS he's
Linus
ever
is drinking copium because I, from what I've looked at it, it's not exactly there. It's not
Yeah.
there desktop wise. So
I don't know. Yeah. I just remember seeing that and was like, I'll watch this video. And I'm like, okay, I'm interesting. I'm still not going to install it. No.
no, it, like I don't think you would care for Linux the way it is right now.
I mean,
Because
I know there's probably some versions of Linux would, that I would like for sure.
well,
Because
I
there's so many. That's one of the things
yes,
that great about Linux is, it's open source basically. And there's, you know, people who, peop, people who are more tech savvy than us have issues with Linux, they fix it by
yes,
making their own version.
yes. Um, like one thing that I did like okay, it is because Linux it is definitely more of a hey, are you sure you want to do this thing? Um, there's definitely a less likely chance of accidentally installing something that you didn't intend to. Because a lot of the times when you install something, you have to put in your password. So I'm like, you're not accidentally installing anything. Um, and you you also do it mostly through the terminal, which
Yeah,
I
that's one of my
find
big
weird.
things. I mean, some of the Linux versions, they have their own like app stores to
And
get around
Bazite
that.
does.
Yeah.
And Bazite does, and it actually had a lot of the things that I already already used. But there were a couple things that I um um like I got because I use Affinity Studio for photo editing um instead of Photoshop. Um, and it is Windows only, but I did get it working on Linux
Ah,
because there are some ways using another program called Bottles that allows you to install and run Windows programs. And I got it working the way that I wanted it to as well.
That's good.
because something that I do on Windows, something that I have and I've had for a while. I use something called Flow Launcher, which I just press Alt Space and just start typing a program, and I can launch it that way without having to go into the start menu, searching it there. I just Alt Space, start typing, done. Well, Linux, that's built in, which I was like, oh fuck yeah. But like Affinity Launcher wasn't showing up. And with some good old help from ChatGPT, I got it working the way I wanted it to. So I will say, using Linux and kind of getting Linux to work the way that you want it to, ChatGPT has been very helpful. Because okay, it'll tell me what to put in the terminal, copy paste. Okay, then I copy paste what the terminal spit out and put it right back into ChatGPT, and then that does its thing. So I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm doing something, but all I'm doing is copying pasting everything that ChatGPT says and telling it what it spits back. But what ChatGPT does that I kind of like is okay, because it says this, that means that this is happening. So it's actually teaching me in a way as well. So, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah,
So,
I've messed around with Linux throughout the years. I'm not like unfamiliar with it, you know. But I don't know. I don't feel I just don't maybe see I might mess around with Linux. I might do a virtual machine and mess around with some Linux, you know, and see how things are, you know, through that. But like I don't know. I don't like to, or dual boot like you're, like you're doing,
uh
because
huh.
if things don't go well, I don't want to have to reinstall Windows and have everything set up again, and you know all that thing. But seems like it's going good for you, so that's great. That's great. You know.
Yeah. What else? What have you been up to though?
Um, I started rewatching a few things. This goes back like a month ago. About a month ago. Um, I rewatched Agents of Shield.
Oh yeah.
Um, I don't know exactly why I thought about. I think I just was looking through random stuff and trying to find something to watch, and just came across it again and was like, I really liked Agents of Shield, and it was a show that I watched like as it was airing, and a show that I kept with, and it's still solid, and to it's crazy to rewatch it and see all the stuff, all the connections and stuff it had with the actual MCU. Like, first season, of course, well, of course, Coulson's one of the main characters,
Right.
so you got that, but, Samuel L. Jackson plays Nick Fury in the first season at the end, and, Jamie Alexander from, who's Lady Sif. She portrays Lady Sif a couple times.
Right.
There's a few other characters, few other characters pop in here and there from the MCU, like evil Hydra people, because you know, when Winter Soldier was happening and the whole Hydra thing, that was a big plot line with Agents of Shield. And they really reference the MCU a lot too, because I remember later in one of the later seasons, they talk about like, oh, right now, yeah, Thanos is happening right now, and so they actually named Thanos. Like, I think they ended up naming him like again later on, but and it's a shame too, because like uh they did the Ghost Rider was really good. Like they handled Ghost Rider really well. I liked how they did Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider. Um and it's a shame because they were gonna do a spin-off series with him. They were
Oh,
gonna
really?
give Ghost Rider his own, yeah, they were gonna give him his own series, and they told the actor like, "Hey, we're gonna give you your own show, so don't take any like, don't sign on to any big things." And he didn't. And that kind of bit him in the butt, because like nothing, they didn't make a Ghost Rider show, and he turned down stuff during the time where, he was Ghost Rider on a national televised show, so there was big hype for him. So I
And
feel
now
bad for
it's
the actor.
Ryan Gosling,
Um, yeah,
which honestly, I think he could be a decent Ghost Rider.
I think so too. It's interesting because apparently he's the one who like came up with the idea for what the story of Ghost Rider will be, and he came to like Kevin Feige and
I
about the
can
story for the
I can see
movie.
that.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be Danny Ketch. I don't think he's gonna be Johnny Blaze.
Well, there's one I don't know.
He's Danny, or it's later revealed. I think it's later revealed he's half brothers to Johnny Blaze or something. I don't know, some weird thing. But yeah, Danny Ketch he's the second most popular Ghost Rider.
Well,
He's
considering I
he was the
know.
'90s. He was the '90s Ghost Rider
Okay,
during the time of when everything was extreme.
gotcha.
Oh, this guy whose head is on fire, let's make it a more extreme version of him. Yeah, I think he becomes Ghost Rider by like, I think he has to touch the gas cap for his motorcycle, and that like triggers it, or I don't know. But
As
yeah,
much as much as I
Agent,
like Ghost Rider and Ghost Rider's powers, I know so little about Ghost Rider himself.
yeah, I mean, one of the comic book YouTubers I follow, he's like, yeah, the thing about Ghost Rider is he's a really cool tattoo, and that's mostly it. Like, he's a really cool image, but like when you really get down to it, there's not a lot of like
I like
seminal
I
Ghost Rider
like the
stories.
idea of what he can do,
Yeah,
but I don't know what
but
he's done.
there's not like, the the there's not like the Dark Knight Returns seminal storyline
Right.
version for like Ghost Rider, or the Demon in a Bottle for Iron Man, like stuff like that. You don't there's not really like, if you had to name a Ghost Rider story, even though we're big Marvel fans, and it's like I not sure if I mean, I'm not sure if I could,
I
to be
think he
honest.
took on Galactus and won.
That was in the '90s Fantastic Four or cartoon.
Well, I think he did in the comics too.
I don't know if he did in the comics, but I remember in the cartoon he did it. He like just he Galactus is like dominating, and Ghost Rider just rolls up and and just like does the penance stare, and then just rolls away. Like,
I mean,
it's the
that's kind of the ultimate move, though. Is that the penance stare? Is like,
it's a boss move for sure, but it's just funny because it just comes out of nowhere in that cartoon. Like, you can find the clip on YouTube. I'm talking to the listeners, of course. Like it's out there. It's real short. It's like a minute or something, but yeah, but yeah, there's Ghost Rider. There's not, you know, I can't name like a specific story of Ghost Rider. Like I know sometime I he's part of the Midnight Suns sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of speculation is that maybe they're gonna be leaning towards that, and that's how we can get Blade, you know? They may not be able to make a standalone Blade movie, but maybe they can, like, build up to a Midnight Suns where they, fight where they team up, you know? But yeah, the Agents of Shield holds up pretty well, and, it's also one of those things where it's like, you know lot of actors you've seen in previous Joss Whedon stuff, because he was the producer and stuff. You come up and it's like, "Oh, yeah, they were in Buffy, and they were in Dollhouse, and they were in"
Sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
it's a lot of that, you see. Um,
You know, I think about it. Do you think Agents of Shield will make an appearance in like Secret Wars?
I don't know. Like, I would love it. I think it would be cool, you know? I really liked, the character Quake. She was the kinda the other main character besides Coulson.
Right.
And she kind of became more the she kind of became the main character by the end of it, because all the stuff that happened to Coulson, he kind of took kind of a kind of the back burner, it- as far as story wise goes. But I don't know. It'd be interesting. Like I like I said, I'd like to see it. It'd be nice, but I mean, hell, we had freaking Doctor Strange had the freaking Black Bolt. Like, why can't we get a Quake and Coulson in a scene? Like they had the Black Bolt from that horrible show that I never even watched. I
Mm-hmm.
heard bad things. So
I watched the first couple episodes.
did you really?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
Wow. I don't know if I knew that or not. Okay.
Yeah, I definitely
Yeah,
talked about it. Yeah, it definitely wasn't great.
it didn't seem like it was going to be great. Yeah, and no one said I've never heard I don't think I've ever heard a good thing about it, like, so, I don't know, like, even the fact that I've even heard that it doesn't even look good, like, the special effects and stuff like that aren't even that great from what I heard, but I don't know, it's one of the few MCU things that I've never watched, so, they did that, but they couldn't have make a Ghost Rider show with the the spinoff from Agents of Shield where they said they would. Ugh, upsetting. But but yeah, Agents of Shield. I man, it was fun to go back to and rewatch. And boy, I forgot how long like because like the actor who plays Ward, the like secret Hydra agent that started on the team at the very
Right.
beginning. That actor, even when Ward dies, he still, like, comes back and, because like, there's a alien being who, like, inhabits his body for a season and then later there's like a Matrix, like, type, they call it the framework, um, environment where I think in the storyline it was called Pleasant Hill, where they go into a VR, like, reality thing. But they go into a VR reality like world, and in one season, or they get trapped in a virtual reality world because life model decoy like takes over, um and imprisons them, and uh Quake and someone else has to go in and save them, but the actor who plays Ward comes back there because he's actually a good guy in the parallel virtual reality where Hydra is in charge, and so, but yeah, it was fun. Like I said, there was a lot of lot more MCU tie-ins than I remember. Um, because I thought even towards the end, because I thought at a point like they just like stopped mentioning MCU stuff. I would have I thought I had remembered that, but they were talking about Thanos and stuff like that. Like, oh, Thanos is currently there was a point where they were like in space on a spaceship, and they're like, oh, Thanos is currently down below wrecking havoc and whatever, whatever. But nobody gets snapped or blipped. Isn't that what they call it? Blipped in the
You blip,
MCU?
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no one, none of the, no mention of that, you know, in Agents of Shield. But um, yeah, it's pretty good though. I enjoyed it. And of course, but you know how much I love Ming Na Wen.
Right.
So
Yeah.
oh, oh man, like at the end, like towards the end, I forget. It's one of the last episodes. She's like, the cavalry's arrived, and it's like, oh my god, she referred to herself as, because like leading up for the whole series, she's like that's like a thing. She just like, don't call me that. Don't because it's a it spoilers. It ends up being linked to like a really horrible part of her past.
Of course.
Um, yeah, but, she, like, owns it at the end, and I'm like, "Oh my god, she called herself that." But yeah. It's pretty good. I enjoyed it. And, um, I won't spend too much more time, but I'll just mention I did watch, Agent Carter as well. That was a lot shorter. There's a that sadly, that was only 2 seasons, and they were
R right.
a lot shorter seasons.
Uh-huh.
I think the 1st season was, like, 8 episodes, and the 2nd was 10. And what sucks is the 2nd season ends on a cliffhanger.
Of
I
course.
forgot about that. Ugh.
You have to
There was
find
an
out
a
what
the
how it ended in Doomsday.
there was an Agent Carter connection in Agents of Shield. A character from Agent Carter, or in Agents of Shield, they go back in time, and they like time travel, to because
Of
there are
course.
people trying to there are people trying to change the history. They're trying to stop them, and they pick up someone from the Agent Carter show,
Of course.
um,
Of course.
and he travels with them. Yeah. Uh, Actor from Dollhouse. That's the only thing I remember him from. Like, or that's the key thing I remember him from. I'm like, oh yeah, that dude was from Dollhouse.
One of the guys from Dollhouse. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Um, if I showed you, if I showed you, you saw Dollhouse, right?
Oh, yeah. I was just thinking like, "Man, I've not seen Dollhouse in a long time."
Oh man, I love Dollhouse. It was such a good. It was a good. Oh no, that's not the right one. That's a 2025 something. Man, Dollhouse is 2009. Wow. Um, oh, it's this guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah. He's an Agent Carter, and then they like when Agents of Shield goes to the time Agent Carter takes place,
I've seen him in a
he
number of
somehow
things, I
yeah.
think.
I feel like I've seen him and stuff too, but that's the first thing I always think of is like, oh, he was the guy from Dollhouse, because that was the first thing I ever saw him in. I think. I don't think he was in. I don't think he was in Buffy or.
Oh, he was in the Avengers.
Oh, I think that yeah, he was. I think he was some random cop during the New York the
Name Young Cop.
invasion, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I remember there was like people like cast like oh that's the grandson of such and such or so, they were trying to like piece the connection why he was in there in
Right.
Agent Carter it's like you don't have to do that.
No.
You don't have to do that.
No.
I mean, but you ever that I remember when Ashley Johnson's as the waitress, people were like, "Oh man, she's gonna be Cap's new love interest," and
That was the plan, and then they just didn't do anything with it.
nope. uh, this, um,
Oh yeah, he was in a couple episodes of Dexter.
yeah, I'm looking too. I'm looking through his thing too. Dollhouse. Yeah, that was the first thing I saw him in. So yeah, that's why my mind. I guess my mind always goes to that. Same with the was it the actress who plays Quake's mom, Daisy Johnson's mom. Uh, I don't even want to try to pronounce that, but her, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Deitchen Lockman or
Sure.
Ditch. I don't. Yeah, I see her in tons of things, but but the first thing I ever saw her in was Dollhouse. So,
Same.
um, yeah, she was actually in. She's actually in that show Severance.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, that's a good show. I enjoyed that show. Um, man, when the next season of that show comes out, I may actually have to pick up Apple TV for a month
She
just
was
to
also
watch
in
it.
the Guild.
Was she in the Guild? Wow.
An episode of the Guild.
As we were talking before we recorded, they're doing the movie Kickstarter and for the 20th anniversary of the Guild, where it's like, oh my god. Anyways, what's something else you got?
Something else I got. There's some games that I've played. This was before my Linux switch though. Um, I finally got a chance to try out Soulframe, which is Digital Extreme's other game other than Warframe, because they're in the process of making another game called Soulframe.
Hmm.
They love their frames. No, I've not played
Is
a
it
whole lot of it.
is it in the same based in the same like universe or something or
No,
okay.
because it
I
plays
figured with
completely
frames.
differently. Where like in Warframe, you go down to a planet and it's a tile set. You get to the end and then boom, you're back up in your ship. Soulframe is more medieval, and the world is static. So
Oh.
it's an open world exploration, but in certain points, just other people just start popping up. Um, it's still in like early. Um, like it's not even in like public testing really yet. Like you have to like buy the founders edition kind of a thing to have access to it. But Tenno Con was a couple weeks ago, and they decided, and everybody gets access to it for this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's when I played it. And I was still able to log in even a week after TennoCon. So I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. It could be something really fun. I don't know what the loop is yet. Like, kind of like what you're really doing. There's different weapons and stuff you can use, and the
Oh, there's
combat,
giant wolves. That's cool. I like that.
like the combat compared to like Warframe is so much slower. But I found it really fun, and it was already on my wish list for on Steam, but like, hey, people should definitely check out Soulframe when it comes out, which is like later this year. It's going to come into like public access.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Yeah, there's not much I can say about it because there's a lot I don't know.
Yeah, I'm looking at stuff now. Yeah, it looks interesting.
Like, there's like it's really weird. Like, when you create a character, you're not creating your character, you're creating your mother.
Interesting.
It is. It is interesting. Like, why? Why am I doing this? And the way it's done too is kind of like, because like it's being told as like a story. So like, her skin was, you know, white as snow, uh, like the sands in the sun, different descriptions. It's like, okay, and her hair was uh golden wheat, shit like that. It's like, this is an interesting way to create a character.
Yeah, really.
Unlike Warframe, where you don't create a character until you're like 2 hours in.
And I guess it's really weird if you're like the kind who's like, I'm gonna make a hot female character. It's like, oh wait, but you're making your mom. It's like, oh no, what does that say? No.
Make your mom hot then.
Oh no.
There wasn't a whole lot of options.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was more like, hey,
It's no
eye
Black
color.
Desert or other
No,
Korean game where the
no,
the character creator is you could that's a game in itself.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
nothing.
some of those character creators, it's just like, that's just so overwhelming. Like, I
Yeah,
don't want this many options.
yeah,
Just give me, like, a dozen different nose choices, and that's it. Don't let me, like, change the curvature of the bridge or the
but
width or all, like,
but at the same time, unless you go in those games, unless you go with the default option, they will the two characters will never look alike.
that's true. I mean, it's just definitely a game to try to keep an eye on because, you look at Warframe, how popular it is, how well supported it is.
Yeah, and just like like with Warframe, like you can tell the devs love the game itself.
Oh, exactly. Yeah.
Like, because like the devs who make Call of Duty, how often do you think those guys actually play Call of Duty? Probably never. Probably
Well,
during the design and then never touch it again.
yeah.
Where Warframe, like they stream themselves playing the game weekly, and
Well,
like
that and they listen to their community because they'll listen to what their community says and they'll actually add stuff into the game that their community is asking for.
yeah,
You
and
know.
sometimes like a week later, like a week after, like, oh, okay, oh, that's a good idea, and then a week later, it shows up in the game. Like, holy fuck! And also, the devs are also just as degenerate as the fans. So I guess that's also a positive in some cases. But also, that was announced at TennoCon. Matt Mercer is going to be a voice in um, in Warframe. It's going to be the next major frame,
Oh, that's cool.
which leads to the question: Warframes don't have voices.
That is true. Yeah.
Unless it's a proto frame, but he was not announced as a proto frame.
Why don't we have like a Warframe animated like show, you know? Or like they don't have books, do they? For Warframe, like I want more stuff. I want story stuff from that world because you know that was one of the
Yeah,
biggest like that was one of the biggest what's it called, balls to be dropped from Bungie was they never did anything like they did with Halo for Destiny.
true.
They never had novels or stories or, you know, even in game they didn't have stories. Um,
You're right.
they
There
had
was no
they had
goddamn
text.
story.
The only stories was in text you could read that you had to dig into. That wasn't even like, you know, like as you were playing, like, you know, dialogue text. No, it was text you had to dig into, like, you know, into like stuff you picked up and stuff. And you know, the only stories you got was from the YouTube creators who made channels where they spent the time to
Right.
look into all that stuff. And I mean, there were some really good ones too. Some really good channels who did some cool stuff. So
Like Warframe, you do get some story during the game, but like a lot of like the backstory stuff you'll get in trailers. Like, oh,
yeah,
here's a trailer for the next Prime, and you'll get some story there. Um, but really,
yeah,
how I've come to understand the story of Warframe came like 50 hours in, because it comes to a point where you are describing what you've done to other characters in like an IM, like an AIM text chat kind of a thing. That's how I've understood things that have been going on. Like, oh, from my character telling other people what the fuck was going on, because I didn't understand what was going on. So I had some. I was like, oh, that makes
yeah,
sense. I didn't fully understand who Drifter was until this person said who they were, because it didn't quite make sense in context. But me telling another character about the difference between operator and the drifter, It's like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Yeah. I would totally watch though, like an animated show,
They've done
like
animated trailers, which I actually sent you one,
yeah.
and they look great. Like the trailer for the latest patch was animated, and it was fucking fantastic. It's like a Dragon Ball Z type thing.
See, that's the thing. They could be a really it could be a really cool, like, pseudo anime style animated show, you know?
And it had like metal music playing during it. I'm like, man, been taken back to like the mid 2000s on this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and I don't know. It's just like it has such a huge community, and it's been around for man, so long that like I'm surprised there isn't more stuff like that, or there isn't things like that, at least in the works, you know, like novels,
There's comics. It looks like.
I guess that makes sense, yeah. Because what you had, it's like Halo and Gears. They both had like multiple books, I think, novels
Yeah,
for it, and it's like I don't think many other games did, and there's so many other games though where that stuff would make so much sense for, like Warframe. Warframe would be crazy, you know, like, but who knows? Maybe they have stuff in the works, And Warframe just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
yeah.
I
I mean,
remember when TennoCon was just a meetup at PAX East. Like, it was actually just it was literally just a meetup. They had a little at 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 a section of like, the con at PAX East,
yeah.
and now it's its own thing. So, um, I've been meaning to pick Warframe back up again. Yeah,
Let me know when you do.
I will. I guess my next thing, uh, it's a show I'm currently watching. Um, it's kind of it's pseudo trashy TV. Um, so but there's a connection to uh to like MCU, Agent Carter, and because it's a show starring Emily Van Camp, who plays Sharon Carter, Peggy Carter's niece.
Okay.
It's called Revenge.
I've never heard of it.
I guess it was an ABC show. It came 2011 through 2015. Um, it's a show where the premise is, there's uh Emily Van Camp. She's uh uh her her father gets blamed uh for laundering money to a terrorist organization that took down like a plane or something and killed so many people. And um because of that, her father was taken away from her at a young age. And uh later it's revealed, like, not only was she taken away, but there were things going on in the background to prevent her from seeing her father, even when her father was imprisoned. And all kinds of, like, that basically there was like a secret, like, cabal type thing in that basically is the reason her father, like, was blamed. And went to prison and ended up eventually getting killed, and stuff like that. I mean, and I think her father's is dead in the, like, as the series starts, so that's not like a spoiler, you know. But the reasons and who did it and stuff like that is revealed later. But um, it she has a hard time, ends up going to juvie, and then when she gets out, there's this like person who's like, "Hey, your father," and she thinks her father did it. Leading up to her getting out of juvie, she thinks her father actually is guilty and did it. And when she gets out, there's someone waiting for her, and it's like, "Hey, here, your father helped me out. He invested in my company when no one else would, and now I'm a billionaire. Here, you have you, this is your share of my company. So now you have like." I'm not sure how much money she has. I think later it's revealed she ended up getting like $500 million or something like that. So, like, she's just, she's, like, very rich, and she ends up it's revealed she ends up, and we see these through flashbacks and stuff like that. She spent years training and stuff like that to get revenge on the people who, you know, uh, framed her father and all that, and it's basically, she's infiltrating this, like, rich, high society, like, family in the Hamptons, who are just as the show goes along, they're just the most horrible, like, ruthless, just, I mean, awful people. And it's basically, like, just her, like, manipulating things and, and, when she's given the money, she's also given a box of, like, with her father's journals that talk about, how he didn't do it and stuff like that, and that's how she and who the people, were who turned on him and stuff like that, and basically giving her, not intentionally, but giving her a roadmap to get her revenge, a list of people to get revenge on.
Mhm.
I mean, in the journals and stuff, it's like, I hope, I don't want you to go down a dark path, all this and that stuff, but that's not what happens. Um, and she ends up buying the house right next to the main family, and seducing she ends up seducing the son and stuff like that, and it's like part, it's kind of a pseudo, like, spy thriller, because a lot of because it's later revealed, like, she went through training, like, from many people to do stuff like, martial arts and, you know breaking into stuff and, things like that, and there's lots of spy elements to this, but there's a lot of just like, how do I say this? Backstabbing and,
Okay.
um, like,
As the kids would say nowadays, gaslighting.
yeah, gaslighting, I guess, just in just, like, you know, it just awful, awful stuff. Like, this family just, like, is some of the worst. Like, they're the 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 they're cheating, like, like I said, she's trying to, like, seduce the son in the family, um, and there's like, "Oh, well, the father has a mistress, is the best friend of his wife, and she she actually, cheated on her husband with the main character's father, and that's where one of the and supposedly she was like in love with with the main character's father, and that's why it was such a big betrayal to him because they ended up, he thought she was gonna leave her husband for him, and then she ends up being part of the conspiracy to, like set him up to take the fall for all this. And there's just a lot of like two timing and double crossing and just like it's it's a drama for sure. It's not as when I'm looking at IMDb and one of the categories is soap opera, it has elements of that, but I wouldn't call it I wouldn't say it's the same as like a Days of Our Life or, as that type of stuff. Because I feel like it's not campy like some of those are, if you've ever
Yeah.
watched some of the classic soap operas, but it's got some of the like revenge and the twists and stuff like that that some of those do for sure, I would say. Um, I don't know why I think I was like, "Oh, I know that actress. She's Sharon Carter in the MCU." And I read the premise and I'm like, "Oh, that's kinda interesting. She's trying to get revenge, Huh." And yeah, it's elaborate. Like some of the stuff she does is very elaborate, and there's like ki like certain characters, that'll pop in. It's like, oh, the book writer who was supposed to, who was originally gonna find evidence to exonerate and clear her father's name, but he sells his soul to the devil and by taking bribes and all this and that, and ended up writing a book about how he actually did it and stuff like that, and all kinds of it's just like I don't know. Like I said, it's kind of trashy, but it's enjoyable trash. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where it's like, you know, like I said, there's a lot of suspenseful stuff and, a lot of secret, like, like sneaking around and planting things and surveillance cameras and the, a lot of technology is involved. And, I don't know. I'm watching it and I'm enjoying it, and I feel like it's kind of a guilty pleasure right now because it's not necessarily something I would normally watch, but it's just something I was just browsing on Disney Plus because I picked Disney Plus because they were like, hey, $5 a month for 3 months. Here you go. And like I got an email for that, and I'm like, okay, sure. You know, that's the cheapest streaming service price you can get right now for anything. Yeah, I don't think any streaming service is $5 right now. Even Netflix with ads is like $8, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, the sad thing is though, I am dealing with ads, and some of the ads are infuriating. I'm so tired of seeing Trump talk about who I should vote for Oklahoma governor.
Mm.
That's an ad that pops up constantly
I see ads starring Kane
because
all the time for
because
me.
because apparently the competitor is such a rhino. What? What does that even mean? Some of the words Trump uses in that ad, I'm just like, what does that even mean? Like, you're just saying stuff. Like, but it's Trump, so
Yeah,
But
like I said, I'm seeing a lot of ads starring WWE star Kane a lot around here because
really,
he's a politician here.
Oh, is it there? Okay, I knew he was a. I
It's
knew he was
it's
in.
it's literally the county I live in.
Okay, I think was he mayor?
He's mayor.
Yeah, mayor. Yeah, okay. I knew he was mayor, but I wasn't sure like if he was still or not. Yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
And he's
that's
MAGA.
interesting. I didn't.
And he's MAGA.
Oh yeah, yeah. The dude that Trump's supporting, he starts with MAGA warriors, something, something. I don't know. I think his name's Mike something, or I don't know. I'm trying to block those commercials out because they come on so much, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm tired of seeing Trump. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
ugh. At the same time, I'm afraid who's going to be next, though. Like,
Me too. Me too.
uh, I heard someone the other, or I heard someone yesterday. They were talking to someone about um, like about like how if they wanted to, that that because they were talking to someone they were working with, and they were talking about how like, oh, just because you're young doesn't mean you shouldn't have authority, and you're the supervisor, blah blah blah, and even though I'm older than you, that doesn't mean anything, and feel like the younger should, and and I'm just thinking, God damn, I wish the politicians had your mind theory, because they're never gonna. I mean, we got like 80,
Fucking
90 year olds
they've
in
got to
politics,
die. They've got to die in office for them to be replaced.
right? And it's like we got 80-year-olds who are still like in office. That's like ridiculous.
Got people on their fucking deathbeds. Like not even just 80-year-olds, but like in the fucking hospital, dying.
Like, right? Yeah. You know, it's insane. Yeah. Our generation is just gonna be skipped. Like by the time the generation running is gonna actually like not be able to run for office or all be dead, it's just the newer generation's gonna step up somehow and just skip our generation completely.
Yeah,
Like,
once Gen X finally start actually gets a majority, yeah, then it'll just be Gen Z. We skipped completely.
yeah, that's just how it is. Um, but anyways, but yeah, revenge. It's drama filled, suspenseful, you know, a little bit trashy show, and you know, I'm I'm having fun with it. Um, what else you got?
I got one more thing. I went to the movies recently, and I saw a movie had Tom Holland, Zendaya, and John Barenthal showed up. Um,
Which one? No.
exactly. Spider Man. I saw Spider Man last night.
Oh. Is
Um,
Florence Pugh in both too?
I don't know if she's in Odyssey.
I mean,
I and the only reason I know that John Barenthal is in Odyssey is because I saw somebody else making that
no, she's not.
it's a
Okay.
joke I
For
did.
some reason, I thought she was. Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy how many yeah, it's crazy that those movies are out at the same time. Yeah.
That those three are movies that are out in theaters right now.
Yeah. Well, I saw Spider-Man as well. I saw it earlier today.
Excellent. This was actually the first time that in a long time that I've seen a movie on release day. Like I usually wait. Like, okay, I'm gonna let the theaters kind of empty a bit. That way I can get a decent seat. But this time around, I was like, I know I'm gonna get spoiled, so I'm just
That was my biggest fear. Yeah.
I gotta see it. So, spoilers if you have not seen Spider-Man One More Day,
Brand new day.
brand new day. Which takes place after One More Day. In the comics. I really enjoyed it. It was really fucking good. I was worried going into it that, like, man, they're going to throw in a lot into this. It's like, those look like they're also throwing in some Man Spider stuff, and throwing in the X-Men, and like, what else is going on? Like, fuck. But no, there really was not anything Man Spidery other than what we saw in the trailers. Maybe in the next Spider-Man movie, if there is a next one, we'll see Man Spider, because they definitely kind of set it up.
Yeah. I have complaints.
Okay, what's your complaint?
That they wasted Keith David.
Yes, I was. It was weird that in that, like, 4-second scene he was there, like his voice was heard.
Well, I mean, he voiced the trailer. Like,
Well, it was from that bit though.
yeah, but we thought, like, everyone thought that he was gonna be like, is he gonna be a villain? Is he gonna be like the spider god, or or is he gonna
Nope,
be like
he's a
who's he gonna be?
YouTube
And it's like, nope,
narrator on a
he's
documentary.
it's just in the background. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's so disappointing because it's Keith David.
And it was a little odd.
Like, oh. Also, you're in New York and you're ordering from Little Caesars.
Well, when Little Caesars pays money, yes.
Yes, but still, like,
Because there was definitely a brand dealing going on there.
that's true, but it's still kind of weird. Like,
Well, also, if you have a New York apartment and you apparently don't have a job, yeah, Little Caesars might be your only option.
but you have a fancy Samsung flip phone
There's that
that's
too.
probably like over $1,000 easily. And you
I
can
saw
afford
I,
all
I,
this. You can afford all this equipment, like to,
I saw
you
somebody
know,
saying that his apartment would be a couple thousand a month.
oh, easily, yeah.
So yeah, he probably doesn't have money for anything else than Little Caesars. Get that
Yeah, but that
$5 hot and
that
baked pizza.
oh, they're not even that much anymore. Well, they're more than that. Um, but
Shows you
like
how long it's
you're
been
gonna
since I've
get,
been to Little Caesars.
but you're gonna pay to have that delivered. Like they should have had it where like he picked it up. Like because by the time you get all the delivery fees and stuff like that, it's gonna be like
True.
a lot
It's gonna be double the cost.
easily. I don't know, that just stood out. I was like, you're in New York, the pizza capital of the world. Like, but anyways, yeah, there was a lot of the trailer stuff was like at the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
like, and I kind of thought I was kind of like, oh, okay, interesting, because a lot of the villains he fought were just like at the very beginning, and for the most part, that was it. but we do get a couple repeats.
Yeah.
You know, we do see him fight kind of the Scorpion.
That wasn't kind of. That was straight up though. That was a scorpion.
Well, it was the Scorpion
Yeah.
was being possessed. Yeah,
Yeah, but still, it was a scorpion.
and then we see kind of the hand because the hands are being possessed.
I
I
saw an
mean,
argument. I saw an argument that the hand really did not need to be in the movie, and I think I agree because they played no role whatsoever.
oh yeah, not at all. Yeah.
I think if you're going to bring in the hand, why not bring in Daredevil too?
Well, you also have to explain like where was Spider-Man when Wilson Fisk was having New York in lockdown, martial law, all that craziness that happened in season 2.
You got to explain that with almost every every superhero thing. Like where was this person during this? Where was the internals
Yeah.
during Thanos? You know, you gotta.
I mean, I guess, but you could for other heroes you could be like, oh well, they're off doing this over here. Spider-Man though, he's always in New York,
He's just in New York.
and they showed him in New York for like year after year after year.
Yeah.
Like, oh, here we are at MIT, and then oh, it's our last semester, and then they come back to New. So yeah, they showed that he was in New York for years. So it's like, but you know, yeah, yeah, I'd love to see Spider-Man versus that Kingpin. Like,
Yeah,
that'd be so good.
but but it would also like it'd have to be in a Marvel movie.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It couldn't happen in a
Have the
Sony movie.
Kingpin assemble, like, have him be the one to assemble, because we know Sony, they've been like dying to get the Sinister Six together for like ever. Have Kingpin be the one who assembles the Sinister
Well,
Six, you know?
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like the Kingpin, I don't
Yeah.
think Sony can have the Kingpin in their movie.
I don't know why not.
Right? From
I mean,
what I've heard,
I could
there's rights issues.
I could see Sony not letting Marvel use stuff, but I would think Marvel would be okay to let Sony use stuff. But
Marvel also wants money,
yeah,
so
I mean, it promotes the MCU, and right now, Marvel, they need the MCU, they need everything to go well for
you're
the
asking
MCU.
a corporation to be nice.
Well, it's the fact that like the last few years hasn't been, guaranteed hits for Marvel, for Disney Marvel. So anything they can have to,
Like
boost
that
their.
stopped any corporation from just being being greedy fucks.
Yeah. Um, I I we already said spoilers. I was kind of upset that it actually ended up being. I know there was the big rumors it was going to be Jean Grey, but when I was, man, I
Rumors.
was hoping it was going to be someone else. Like,
Deadpool showed up in a Jean Grey costume.
yeah, but that's that's Ryan Reynolds. He could have just been trolling, like. And also, it's that was the Canadian tuxedo is like blue jeans, type stuff.
But it wasn't blue, it was gray.
Actually, it was actually blue. If you actually look, it was blue. Like, I actually saw a
I saw that it
video.
was gray. Like somebody like took
I
like
thought it was gray too, but
somebody took the color swatch and it was gray.
I saw a video where they were talking about it, and they had said it's actually more blue than gray, but I thought it was gray to begin with. I thought I actually, when I first saw it, I thought it was like they were going to be teasing like, like actual X Factor stuff, like for Deadpool. Because isn't doesn't he have a gray uh outfit for like X Factor? Like
I don't
X
remember.
Factor Deadpool. Yeah, yeah, he wears gray when he's part of X Factor. Yeah, I just typed in X Factor Deadpool and first image was Tim Gray. So, yeah, I thought that was gonna be a tease for that, which I'd love to see an actual X Factor, instead of the joke we got in Deadpool 2. But yeah, I was kind of like, I don't know. I was a little disappointed that it was actually ended up being Jean Grey because, like, I don't know what does that mean? Is that the Jean Grey we're gonna get for the future,
Yes,
or are things gonna like? Is that just gonna be if so, or is that gonna be? Is after Secret Wars are characters gonna be rebooted so that doesn't even matter, or there's a lot of
from
questions.
what I well, she's gonna be in Secret Wars. We know that.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Secret Wars has a lot of questions about the MCU. That's kind of like, what is even gonna happen? Like,
Yeah.
you know, is this stuff gonna even matter? Because then a couple movies later, the whole universe may be rebooted, type of thing.
Who knows?
But
I mean, they definitely gave themselves an out for that though. So who knows?
um uh we did Punisher at the end was a little weird. It was very unpunisher like.
But at the same time,
The Punisher would never be in the comics, at least, he would never say he was sorry for shooting somebody he thought deserved it. I'll say that. That's how you know this is not the comics. This is a different
well,
version of the
he didn't
Punisher.
shoot the person who he thought deserved it. It was he
Yeah.
shot Spider-Man instead.
But like in the comics, he would have been like, it's your fault for getting in the way type of thing.
Yeah, but
Because the
at the
Punisher's a
same time, like
bastard in the comics.
this Jean Grey was literally the Punisher with powers.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah.
Like she was the exact same. Like she did the exact same things that he would do if he had powers.
And she kinda at the end, she kinda like they kinda took inspiration from, like, Professor Xavier in the movies where he's able to, like, freeze people, you know,
Yeah,
because she did that in a 1 kilometer radius or something, right?
yeah.
Which was, like, kinda weird, like, we're in America and you're using kilometers? Like
Well, also he's in the military,
I guess, but,
and the military uses kilometers.
I it this movie took a lot of inspiration from the video game.
I thought that too. I really thought that too. I'm like, why are there criminals on the roof? I've only seen that in the video games.
Yeah, and when you well, and especially like when he's like, when the whole like, "Oh, I gotta stretch first before we do this," and all, those enemies, that felt like from straight from the video game because they would like they're like electric batons. They'd like,
Yeah,
and
there was definitely
I
a
mean,
lot of this that felt like it was from like the video games.
and I've seen some articles where other people have thought that too, and
Hmm.
so
Yeah,
it has to be like. Yeah, I kept watching and being like, yeah, this man, there's so much of this feels like the video game, you know?
Yeah,
Which I
some of
mean, the
the
video game is great, so
it actually was like I kind of want to play the video games again.
oh hey, they have the suit in it. Great suit too. Love the new suit.
Sue was great. Yes, yes, it was.
Suit looks great, especially in some of the different lightings they had
Uh
where it
huh.
looked, where it was lit differently. It still looked really, really great and amazing.
Boom, boom.
Goggles were great. I love the way the white for the goggles. Like,
Like they glowed at times, and I thought that was really cool.
yeah,
Um,
like they would like kind of glow to like show like emotions, right?
well, like
Like certain
not
times
not so
he was
much emotion,
shocked
but
or
just
whatever.
white. Like it reminded me a bit of like Spider-Man Noir, like where his eyes would just glow. Um, I thought that was kind of cool. Um,
Mm.
man, I I kind of want to see it again. Like it was
Oh yeah.
like I, probably one of my favorite things was um they recreated a bunch of covers at the beginning, like Amazing Fantasy number 15. They recreated that iconic cover of him swinging with the guy under his arm.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I saw a breakdown. I was like, okay, and like this was from this cover. This was the recreation of this cover. It's like that. I kind of had a feeling those were all covers, but I wasn't. I was
Yeah.
unfamiliar with exactly those.
I just remembered they stole a Spider-Man move from the game too. The one where where he like webs from it from up top and slams down on them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I remember that's specifically like from the game. Like that's a move in the game that just popped back in my head as I
yeah.
was like thinking about stuff. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of inspiration through, but yeah, the in the trailer there was a lot of like we saw a lot of scenes that were like like him fighting the Scorpion or him fighting uh the
See, there's Tarantula.
Tarantula. Yeah, it was
There
like
was
the other spider
Ramrod.
person.
There's Boomerang. And was there anybody else?
Oh, we had Jean DeWolf,
Yes.
which I was kind of when I was kind of shocked when they named her. I was like, "Oh, that's okay. That's we're okay. That's a we're going a different direction here." Okay.
Going kind of old,
Because in the comics,
old school.
older. Yeah. Because in the comics, Jean DeWolf is kind of like, is younger and kind of a like, well, maybe her and Spider-Man will hook up, maybe, and then she gets killed.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the actress they got to play her was good. She's in The Bear, and I saw and I like her in that show. I think she's been in other things too, but that's like the probably the most popular thing I could think of that she's been in. Um, the I felt like I got whiplash from the movie. Basically, the whole like
Now
stuff between
Whiplash is
her,
in
but between
Iron Man 2.
between him and Mary Jane, or not Mary Jane, him and MJ.
Uh
Sorry,
huh.
MJ. The whole like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, like
Yeah.
that kind of got a little exhausting. And then the way it ended with like Ned, and it's like, oh, okay, so like, what's the status quo now for the Spider-Man and these
Yeah.
characters? Like, It's
And
very,
like,
very confusing.
did like did he actually remember Peter, or did he go Peter
She
he knew
said Peter.
because she said Peter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, which one was it?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and the whole like I said, the whole him and MJ thing, and then she's like, "Oh no," and she's like basically like shuts him down, and you think it's over, and then he comes back with her and hangs out, and all and then the like I said, the stuff with Ned and all. It's just like what's the status
That
quo now for
that
Spider-Man? Like,
also was probably a very, very awkward swing home. Like, man, that was probably awkward as hell.
yeah, definitely. But it's like, "Ah, man, I don't want another." If we get another Spider-Man movie, I don't want another one where he's, like, pining over MJ again, like, like
Like, let's bring in Gwen Stacy, or um
Black Cat, Felicia Hardy.
Felicia Hardy. Yes.
Yes.
Bring in Felicia Hardy.
Come on now, you know? Let's get that whole, like, she loves Spider-Man, but, doesn't want anything to do with Peter Parker and aspect going. Like, there's some drama storytelling you can, you know?
Exactly.
That and, it's Black Cat, come on.
Yeah, that too. It's Black Cat. Mm-hmm.
If you're not gonna have an actual Mary Jane, then, give us a Spider-Man Black Cat relationship, like,
Sure.
uh, but, yeah.
I will say, I will say, there was a lot more like at the theater itself. Um, of course, I saw a ton of people wearing Spider-Man shirts, but I saw a lot more than I expected of the Mary Jane Loves Spider-Man shirts. You know which shirt I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I saw a lot more of those than I would have expected.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, yeah, like I want one or two, but no, there was like probably like seven, 7 to 10. I didn't really count whether I saw people twice or not.
I was lucky, I got a cool little Spider-Man pin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the ticket person was like, "Hey, you want a pin?" I'm like, "Sh thank you."
Yes, please.
I'll take it. Yeah. I'm trying to think about the movie. Uh, it I feel like it could have been shorter, and it could have been a better movie if it was a little tighter. Like I feel like there was stuff in there that could have just not, you know?
Like
Like you
what?
were talking about the hand, like all the
Yeah,
stuff with
like
them
it could have been like
for
somebody else. It could have been just like Damage Control, like a Damage
yeah,
Control elite squad than the hand. Like that could have been just anybody else.
yeah, and I don't know, they just wanted it to, they wanted to have a bullet list of, yeah, and also, like, this was the I think it's weird to see, like, everyone just, like, loving Spider-Man, because like as Spider-Man fans, we're not used to, like, you know, Spider-Man having that much public, like, love
No,
and interest, and
he does. He
I
definitely
mean, there are
does.
some who definitely, but, like, it felt like there was no negative against him. Like, there
Expect well, yeah. Um, like the news, like that could have definitely been like negative towards Spider-Man.
yeah,
But it,
especially
it
when he,
it
like,
wasn't.
accidentally hurt that police officer,
Yeah.
seeing, a scene where they kinda talk about that and, like, "Oh, man, is the city gonna turn on it?" That might have been nice to have a little, like, "Oh my is this type of psych out type thing?" But I don't know, it feels weird that, like, you know, everything is so positive for Spider-Man as far as that go as far as, like, you know, besides his personal life, his, like,
Yeah.
his image is so positively well received is kinda weird as a Spider-Man fan.
I mean, like I said, his public image was it was always good. It was just his image in the news was not.
Yeah. But, I mean, and there was also people who believed the news, like, one of the biggest plots for Spider-Man is his aunt hates Spider-Man because of the news.
It depends on which one you're talking about, though.
I mean, in the comics for a long time, like,
Yeah,
his aunt's not a fan of Spider-Man, and, that's kinda one of the reasons why he never tells her, and then when she finds out, it's this big thing, but yeah, I don't know. It, um,
there's something else I was gonna say, and I forgot what it was now.
Punisher was great in it. John
Of
Bernthal
course,
was great as the Punisher.
yes. And it reminded me, like, oh, I really need to see the new Punisher stuff because I've not seen the movie.
The special. Yeah, I haven't seen it either. I've been meaning to, but, um, the Hulk stuff was kinda cool, but it also kinda felt like I don't know.
Oh,
It
that that
felt
that
like it
that
was kinda thrown in.
yeah, but also like we got Savage Hulk. We've not seen Savage Hulk in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like it was good to see Savage Hulk again.
I didn't know you could get that big. No.
Oh, he can get bigger.
Yeah.
Um, it is kind of interesting that like in this universe, um, Peter Parker basically came up with the mutant suppression collars. That
Kinda. I mean,
kind of kinda
he's
he. I mean, he it
well,
wasn't a collar, but he came up with the
yeah.
tech.
Well, he was tweaking what Hulk or what Bruce Banner had. Yeah.
Yeah, but like he made it universal though.
Yeah. But also,
And then he gave it to probably somebody who's going to then
it's
develop
gotta
the actual
it's gotta
collar.
pierce your skin to work.
Well, like I said, he
The
then
Hulk.
gave it to the person who's probably going to develop into a collar.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, there's a lot of mutants out there whose probably skin can't, like, be penetrated through, for something like that to work, but yeah. Um, yeah, it was good, I enjoyed it, like, I looked at for the end credits and all that stuff, and, it said there was a mid-credits scene when I looked at aftercredits.com, but there wasn't a mid-credits
There was
scene,
not a minute.
right?
Nope, there was not.
Yeah. 'Cause I remember when it got to the actual credits after the, like, fun credits,
Right.
I was like, "Wait, did I miss something?" Or did is there's because yeah, I feel like after credits, at least when I looked this morning before going. Yeah, are there extras during the credits? Yes. Are there extras after the credits? Yes. Yeah, there wasn't anything during.
Background image of people living their normal lives of New York City.
Oh. Oh, when did they have a thing that you could oh.
Oh, it's been there
Has that
for
always been there? Oh, I've
yeah.
never clicked on it then. I've just looked to see if yes, yes, or no, yes, or yeah, I guess. Wow, okay. I've never thought to yeah. I've just looked to see if there was because I guess because I've never wanted to actually know what they were because if I'm actually going to be seeing it, you know. So okay, yeah, background. That's not really an extra. Like that's
No, it's
kind of
not.
misleading.
That is
Like,
definitely misleading. Okay, that's something I actually didn't catch in the after credits. The glitching was the same glitching animation from Into the Spider Verse of the Spider Tracker.
wait, is that
So,
the first one or the second one?
Into the Spider Verse is the first one.
Okay, I haven't seen that one in a while. I still haven't seen the second. I need to see it.
Well, still, I think that's the first one because it's Into the Spider Verse and then Beyond the Spider Verse. Yeah,
Is it Beyond? I thought it was Across. Or is that the one that's coming up?
maybe Beyond is the one that's coming up. I don't remember.
Yeah, Across is the second. I
Okay,
haven't seen that one, so
Beyond is the one that's coming out.
yeah. But
Um,
eventually, someday. It's been delayed how many times? I know
supposed to
people
come out
are
next
upset.
year. So maybe that wasn't a nod to Doomsday,
Or maybe it
but
was both,
to
you
Spider
know?
Verse instead.
Maybe it was both. It was,
It could be interpreted as both.
yeah. It just happened, it was an Easter egg, nod as far as like it's similar, but it's actually referring to, because it does say
It's
at the end,
it's it's
he will
it's
return or
it's referring to Sony's other Spider-Man thing. So,
yeah, yeah. Either way, I mean, yeah. Either way, it's something else Sony Spider-Man related.
uh, I was I was happy. I was happy with the movie.
Where do you rank it on your Spider-Man movie list?
Oh God,
It's not your favorite of all time, is it?
no.
Yes, I was kind of thinking that. Yeah, I was
I
like,
mean,
I don't think it's.
I still think that would be Into the Spider Verse. Um, it's definitely up there.
I really like No Way Home just because we got all three,
No Way Home was really good,
and we got a Peter 2
and we
reference.
got a Peter 2 reference.
So yeah,
I really
uh,
hope that we see them again
oh, I do too.
in Secret Wars.
Oh, I know. Everyone wants Toby, but I want Andrew Garfield back. He's my favorite Spider-Man. I'm sorry.
He's definitely my favorite.
His movies aren't my favorite, but him as Spider-Man is my favorite.
Yeah, I'll say his first movie might be my favorite live action.
Uh, I love that scene where they're like, I'm Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter," and he's like, "Peter 3." Just the way he does that gets me every time. And when he saves Zendaya, or when he saves MJ, she's like, "Are you okay?"
I mean, that was a good fucking scene, though.
It was really good.
It was good.
Uh, when she was falling and he was trying to save her, I was like, "Are they gonna?"
My thought too was like, oh my god, Zendaya's falling. Don't recreate that scene.
I mean, he shot towards her like,
He did.
and
He
I
did.
was like, "Oh my god," because he wasn't there when like and when she was saved by Andrew Garfield, so she doesn't know how.
But there's a
Like,
chance he would have Andrew Garfield would have told Holden about that though.
that's yeah. But
There's a
I
chance
had that thought when that happened. I had that thought, and I'm glad I'm not alone.
when she was falling, I had that thought too. I'm like, oh no.
Because I mean, they were like I said, I felt like I had whiplash. They just kept going back and forth. Like, are they gonna be? No, he has to be alone. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yes, he has to be. Like, they
But
just kept
but
like.
then again, like you think of like the comics, it's slower, but when you think about it, it's whiplash there too.
True, but like, I mean, I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know. It's just like I said, just make up your mind. Like, you know, I'd rather us have a Mary Jane instead of Michelle Jones, but like, if you did what you did this, so and like I said, we don't even know the status quo of the situation right now. Like,
Yeah,
it's still up in the air. Like,
as far as we know.
but like, and there's so many other love interests like we want to see. But oh, I love when Ned's like, I've narrowed it down to two people. Spider-Man could be.
I
It
mean,
was, was
they were both there in
Flash
Washington
Thompson, and then
and in
I don't know
in
the
Europe.
character's name, but Martin Starr is the actor's name
Yeah,
who played the teacher. I can't think of the teacher's name,
I
but
can't
yeah,
think of the teacher's name. I mean, they
but
were
yeah,
both there at both in both Washington and in Europe. So
that's true. Yeah, yeah. But that scene was just funny. It was great. Yeah, it was a good movie. I'm glad we both got to see it and not get spoiled, because I knew if I didn't see that in the next day or two, I was even trying to avoid spoilers. It just sometimes you just can't, you know.
I almost got I almost got spoiled like earlier in the day. It's like holy shit!
Oh yeah,
Like I need to
yeah.
see it tonight.
Yeah, I was just looking at my Google News feed, yesterday, and there was something about the end credit scene. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it, I, it,
I was looking
it,
on
it
YouTube
it
like
was
here's a breakdown of the end credit scene. Like okay, not gonna click on that.
well, what I saw wasn't true, because there was something like it would it was something alluding that Andrew Garfield in the end credit scene was connected. Like the headline kind of had that, and I was like, oh no, I don't want to know. And then by the time the end credit scene came around, I was like, oh, this has nothing to do with it. Well, maybe, I don't know, but I wouldn't make that connection necessarily. Um, yeah. Do you want to see the Spider-Man get a symbiote or no?
I don't know. I think I would rather see the man spider story than another
Really?
symbiote story.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
as much as I love Venom,
Because I feel like the Man Spider story is kind of like not well received by fans.
I think you can combine the man spider story with the lizard. I think it would work great.
Yeah. Because the man spider stuff, like, that kinda well, some of that kinda, like, I don't know if you want I just see them, like, try to throw in, like, the spider god and all that crappy stuff, and it's like, "No, I don't want my Spider-Man to be mystical." Like, I want my spider you
They
know?
don't need need to. I don't think they did in the cartoon.
Uh, not in the cartoon, but in the comics, I think that's a lot of that stuff, but who knows, you know? And it's, Sony too, who knows?
Yeah,
But, um,
we
also, I don't know, did you in the comics, does Jean Grey have a sister?
yes,
I honestly don't know.
yes. Name Sarah,
Okay,
and she was also a
okay,
mutant.
okay. Because I was about to say, didn't I honestly did I don't know that I didn't know that much about Jean Grey. I mean, I know the major stuff, but I didn't know if she had a sister or not. Because
She did.
she's
Um,
in the animated series, she's kinda like, or at least the original,
I don't think she did
she's
the
kinda, like, casted
animated
out by her
series.
family, you know? Doesn't her family turn on her? And that's I mean, I think I feel like I guess that's true about most of most of them in that series.
Yeah,
If you actually think about it. Uh,
but no, I did see like no, Sarah is not an original character. She is from like back in the day.
but she wasn't in this animated series, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. I honestly, I haven't read too many X-Men comics enough to know backstories of Jean Grey, you know? So
I only know because I watched a breakdown.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So
Yeah.
um we did also get another Cindy quote moon. And I'm like, oh, they keep bringing in Cindy, a Cindy character, an Asian Cindy character. Like, teasing Silk.
Yeah. Is that gonna be the next love interest?
I mean, she kind of wasn't in the comic.
I mean, in the comic, it was basically just
It was hormones. It was just them just
pheromones,
yeah,
yeah, like, whenever they were with each other, they just
yeah.
had a compulsion to yeah.
Which
Or are they
honestly,
gonna try
and
to, like
I didn't read much Silk after her introduction.
oh, no, no. I hope they don't do that. Like I said, I want Black Cat. Give me Black
I
Cat.
mean not necessarily as a love interest, but I would like to see Silk though.
I mean, they were gonna before the Spider Noir, that was gonna be the TV show they were gonna do. They were gonna do the Silk show on Amazon.
I would like to see either Silk, maybe Jessica Drew. Uh, but I think if they were going to do Jessica Drew, they maybe should have done it on Agents of Shield.
Or what if they did since this is based in the Ultimate universe, I think the ultimate Jessica Drew is actually the female clone of Spider-Man.
True. Well,
I'm
it's not like
surprised they
it's
haven't done clones yet. We're in the 4th movie and
they
there's
don't want to
been no
touch clones.
mentions.
They don't want to touch clones. It's a good idea for them never to touch clones.
But every creator thinks that they can do the clone story good. They can't, but every creator who tries thinks they can. That was gonna be my next question, like, what do you think about clones?
Don't do clones. Don't do clones.
Really? You don't want to see a Zendaya clone that's, you know,
Turns to water? No.
well, yeah, that was the animated series. Yeah, that was
Well,
totally
that wasn't
different.
my immediate thought though.
Yeah. It's like some professor who wants to bang his student clones her and then clones Peter so he can beat up on him because he's with the age appropriate.
The age appropriate. Yeah.
Yeah, the clone stories, man, there's too many clone stories. Even recently, there's clones. Like the most recent spy, because spy in the most recent, I'm a little behind, but Peter goes into like space, or he gets sent to space out of for some reason. I forget
Reasons.
exactly. Yeah, he gets to space and hangs out with Rocket and some other people. It's kind of cool, but while he's gone, like Ben Riley, the clone, like takes over and, pretends to be Peter and stuff like that. So, like, there's still the clone stuff is still around.
I mean, yeah. I mean, they're
I
they're
think there was
there. So
actually a
like,
story arc with Ben. I think Ben Riley and Madeline Pryor, who's the clone of Jean
of
Grey.
Jean Grey.
They actually had a story arc together. I think a couple years ago, not that long ago, but you know, which it's like, that's kinda interesting because yeah, those are 2 characters who both had clones. Peter Parker and Jean Grey. See, that's what that damage control, they're gonna be the reasons why they're clones of Peter and Jean Grey, going in the future.
Again, don't do clones. Don't do clones.
Ugh. Yeah, yeah, I still think Tom Holland I don't wanna see Spider-Man recasted yet. I
No.
feel like there's more you can do, and I just don't wanna have to rehash another origin or,
Well,
like
I
Peter
kind of
figuring out.
I kind of do have I as much as I said I would like to see the Man Spider story. I don't think we're gonna get it. Instead, I have a feeling that the next Spider-Man movie is gonna be Tom Holland's last, and it's where he dies and Miles takes over.
I mean, maybe, I don't know. But I feel like to kill him would be dumb, like,
Or we
because
can
you could
shake it
always
up
just
and it'd be Ghost Spider instead.
that would be really cool. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I mean, I could see them introducing Miles, a live action Miles for sure, yeah, but, like, you don't have to
They've
kill
teased
Peter.
Miles for so long though.
Yeah, but you don't have to kill Peter. You can keep him around just, and, whenever there's, like, an Avengers movie or whatever, maybe, you know, bring him in for that or have him appear in scenes for other, if but, like, you don't necessarily have to kill him off just to have
No, but
Miles,
it's a
like,
damn good reason on you were complaining earlier. Where was Peter during this big event?
well, true, but then you're gonna be like, "Where was Miles?" That's the thing, like, with Spider-Man, no matter who the Spider-Man is, but that's more of, like, they went too far with the Daredevil show than, like, Spider-Man, like, it's fault,
Yeah,
Having all of New York be locked down in martial law is when the Marvel Universe takes place in basically in New York is kinda a little ridiculous, but But yeah, I don't know. I just he teach Tom Holland's turned 30. I want to see a 30-year-old Spider-Man. Like, I don't want to go back to high school for Spider-Man.
Yeah, but he's also talked about he definitely wants to do a story where he's training either Miles or Gwen to hand off the torch.
Oh
The
yeah.
same, yeah. He's definitely said he wants to do that, and I think it will probably be
Well,
the next movie.
well, at the end of No Way Home, he also said he wanted to take some years off to start a family and all this and that, and it's like, wait, what? Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm all for like a Miles or Gwen as Ghost Spider, which is still one of the worst names. I'm sorry, it's not a great name.
I mean, it's better than Spider Gwen because that just gives her
Yeah.
name away.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's more for us to call her Spider Gwen than I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird situation for her. Yeah. I haven't read anything. I haven't read her comics since she was became actually Ghost Spider, you know.
Yeah, I actually
So I don't
don't
know
think
how that works.
I've not read anything beyond her own little universe.
Yeah, I read like the first volume of her when she was introduced, and I think that's about it.
Yeah,
Besides like her in like Spider-Verse, like and crossing over into the normal stuff, you know.
I mean, to be honest though, Ghost Rider is better than what Miles' name is. Spin
Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot that was a thing.
or Kid or Arachnid was the name he also went with.
I mean, I don't know. It's I know it's confusing to have two heroes as the same name, but it's not like it hasn't been done before.
I mean, it was
It's
literally a thing that they were dealing with in the second Spider-Man game. Like we're both called
I
Spider-Man.
mean, there's been 2 Green Arrows at the same time, there's been 2 Hawkeyes at the same time, kinda weird, both bow characters, but, um
Little odd, but it's weird to happen twice.
yeah, and then, 2 Spider-Mans and, you know, probably others. Thors, there's 2 Thors
There's two Thors.
at the same time, and, like, yeah, so it's not like it hasn't happened before, you
True.
know? But yeah, Miles would be great, but like, just keep Peter in the background, and bring him out, for certain things. Don't I don't want to see him, you know. I want to see an older Spider-Man, you know? We got, No Way Home, we saw some older Spider-Mans and that was awesome. I loved it.
We got
But
Spider Noir. That was definitely an older Spider-Man.
yeah, I just haven't seen that yet. Um I heard it didn't do well, like, as far as people watching it.
It was also on Amazon.
Well, that and also, like, the black and white and color, and as much as people were like, "Oh, we wanna watch both," people aren't gonna do that.
No, people aren't going to
I'm
watch both.
sorry,
They're
but
going to watch
most
one.
people are not gonna watch both. Yeah.
No,
They're gonna watch one, or they're gonna, like, be confused, and no. But yeah, I'll watch it eventually. I haven't gotten around to it,
I
you
mean
know?
it got a 92 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 90 audience score.
Yeah.
So I mean, it definitely did well.
Yeah, the people who saw it liked it, but, um anything else about Spider-Man? I think that's it. Yeah, very man, it really reminded me of the game a lot.
I I I'm I'm surprised I was not the only one that had that feeling while I was watching it.
Oh, like I told you, I saw an article like, oh, not that like earlier that mentioned that, like how like there's definitely inspirations from the video games, and as we were talking about it, like yeah, there were like moves that they took from the video games and put it in the actual, you know,
Some of the swinging also kind of like the camera angles and like it just kind of like was game esque.
yeah, for sure. Um, oh, I loved when he had to fix his thing, and he's like, "You wouldn't have," and he lists out the things, and Punisher's like, "Yeah, of course I haven't." He's like, "Why would you have that?" And MJ's
She
like,
goes
"For
bombs.
bombs?" And he's like, he's like, "Yeah, bombs." Or no, I think she says bombs, and he goes, "Bingo." I'm like, "That is great."
I think that is definitely that version of MJ. She would definitely know that.
Yeah. Yeah, John Bernthal was great in this.
He
Uh,
was.
are we gonna see him in Secret Wars? Because
I hope so, but
yeah.
we probably won't. This is. I would actually be kind of surprised if we see him again in another movie.
Yeah. I don't know if he's supposed to be in Daredevil season 3 or not. I know the Defender, all the other Marvel Netflix characters are back, but I don't know if he's gonna be back or not. So that'll be interesting. Um, I think I think they wrapped up filming that. So you still haven't seen season 2, right?
I haven't seen season one.
Or you haven't even seen. Oh yeah. He Dared or yeah, Punisher's in season 1, and he's pretty good. There's some good stuff there. Um, yeah. Um, man, what's the next movie I'm looking forward to? I don't even know. Um,
Doomsday.
yeah, but that's all the way in December.
Yeah, I can't think of what's release calendar.
When does that movie come out? That looked interesting. Uh, oh, that actually comes out in a couple weeks. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to see this or not, but I don't know if you've seen the trailers for the end of Oak Street. That looks interesting.
Is that the dinosaur one?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got Anne Hathaway and Ian McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The Platt family bands together to navigate their new surroundings after a cosmic event teleports their suburban neighborhood to someplace unknown. Yeah, that definitely was like a this is weird and seems interesting.
Yeah. Oh, Legend of the White Dragon. That
Oh
look.
yeah, that's finally coming out. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna be in theaters though. At least not my theater.
No. And I'd be shocked if it was actually. To be honest, I'm going to be shocked if it's good.
If it's what?
If it's good,
Oh, yeah.
but I'm definitely gonna see it.
I'm probably yeah. definitely. Trying to think of the trailers I saw for the movie. Nothing really, like, excited me. Nothing. I know you're looking at movie lists, right?
Yeah, I'm in October. There's a Street Fighter movie. Oh right, Street Fighter. I totally
Yeah,
forgot about this until I saw who's in it.
there's a trailer, at least when went to see Spider-Man, it was a Blanca or heavy trailer,
That was not a trailer at mine.
and he spoke, and it was like, that's kind of a weird way to speak for Jason Momoa. The way he was speaking was kinda, you wouldn't think it'd be the way Jason Momoa as Blanca would speak. I'll just say that. I hadn't seen that trailer or I hadn't seen that version that trailer anywhere, but, you know, I hadn't seen anything about a
Oh,
Blanca-focused trailer online until
Godzilla -0 in November.
I was about to say, yeah, that's not till, like, the end of the year. I know you're excited about that. I was
Absolutely.
telling telling Steven a week or so ago about how, like, you're upset you love Godzilla, like, you can't get enough
I
Godzilla
do love
stuff.
me some
Yeah.
uh, Godzilla,
Yeah, I
especially
don't
the Japanese Godzillas.
oh, yeah,
Those
yeah,
are
yeah.
the definitely the best ones.
Isn't there another Kong and Godzilla, though, too, that's coming out?
I think so.
Supernova?
Supernova
Yeah.
coming out next year.
I mean, those movies are alright for what they are, they're like
They're
popcorn
okay.
films. Yeah.
Definitely better than the 90s. Than the 90s one for
It's
sure.
it's kinda like the Transformers, like, once they start getting to the human stuff, it's kinda whenever the humans are not involved is the best parts, you know? Like,
Correct.
which
Correct.
I saw a commercial for the General Insurance with Shaq, and it had Bumblebee in it. I'm like, "Why? Why is this happening now?" Like, there's no Transformers movie coming out, is there? Not that I'm aware of,
Is there
right?
not? Because I'd be kind of shocked if there wasn't.
Uh, Transformers, I don't see anything.
There are multiple new projects in development.
Yeah, but not anything where it would make sense to, like, be in a commercial to promote cross promote, like, but yeah,
And
he was with the Bumblebee was talking to Shaq and the General, and it was like, "This is a weird commercial."
apparently, at the end of the last Transformers movie, there was a tease of Transformer and GI Joe crossover.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen a Transformer since the
Second one for me.
Oh, really? I saw the last one I saw was the, like, Knights of the Round Table, but they were Transformer it was weird. I think it
Yeah,
was, like, the 4th one. Yeah, I never saw Bumblebee or anything after that.
As soon as I saw Transformer balls, I was out.
It was Age of Extinction. That's the. I saw. Mm, oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was the fourth one. Yeah. No, the last night. Did I really see that? Well, I guess I saw five then. Wow, they really pumped those out, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
It was 2007, 2009, 2011, 2014, 2017. Then I think it was Bumblebee and then something else, and then Rise of the Beast, and then I don't know. Yeah, man, they really did pump those out. I don't know why I've seen as many as I did because they're not good movies. They're really not.
No, no, they're not.
Hmm. I do remember I saw a lot of movies around the time of some of those because like T-Mobile would have like $5 like tickets for members, and I saw a lot of movies that we would not normally see because $5, you know,
Right.
like I saw a lot of bad movies because hey, $5, why not? You know, and it ended up costing me even more because I ended up getting concessions, of course. So,
Of course.
um, anyways, I guess we can wrap things up.
Okay.
Be sure to unless you got anything else.
I got nothing else. That was my last thing.
Cool. Um, be sure to follow us on social media. Oh, there you go.
I I
Stewart's Casual
it's
Terror.
not automated, so because it
Oh,
broke.
cool. Stewart's Casual Terror on Blue Sky. We'll play games on Blue Sky, and we'll play games underscore on Twitter. But I have the apps, so like if you ever add me, I'll get a notification and respond. But like, I don't really like you know do too much on social, on at least on those.
I will
Not as much as I
occasionally
used to.
post on Blue Sky, more so than I did
Yeah,
in recent years on Twitter. But I will occasionally
yeah.
post on Blue Sky.
I for a little bit I was posting on Twitter and then I just kind of stopped. Um, I would post and then Fadio, I would get a notification Fadio liked your tweet, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And that happened for like a week, and I was like, yeah. And for whatever reason, I just stopped. I just but and also make sure to follow Stuart on twitch.tv/casual terror. He streams whenever he plays anything, or he whenever he feels like streaming what he's playing.
Yeah,
Um, our weekly D&D games, whether it's tabletop or Baldur's Gate 3.
yep.
And I guess with that, we will catch you next time.
And remember, no animals are heartbeat of this podcast.
Uh, the girl who
Oh, I
tried
should
to
have.
like hit on him.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
I totally forgot about that too.
That just popped in my head.
And then he ends up wearing her clothes.
Yeah. Well, she was like, what was she? She was like, we live in the same building. And he's like, yeah. And so
Sure do.
it's like just because you can't be with MJ doesn't mean you can't be with anybody. Well, you know.
He, as a guy, he wasn't even thinking. Wasn't even thinking that at all.
Right? No. Yeah, I'm really surprised they like did the whole Gene D. Wolf thing. Like,
I'm kind of surprised they didn't do. We were talking about like it felt so much like the game. Crap, what was her name? Watanabe. From the um, Spider-Man game.
oh,
Yeah, Yuriko Watanabe, because she kind of takes over DeWolf's kind of position as his go-to cop person, even in the
well,
comics.
and then also in the comics, the Carly Cooper, right? He kind of the one he dates, and
Mm-hmm.
isn't she a cop and but doesn't know he's Spider-Man as well?
Um, is she a cop? I thought she was a forensic.
Well, she works for the department. Like,
Right.
I guess that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Spider-Man really does have really does have a lot of like potential love interests when you think about it.
Oh, you know what? Carly Cooper, an NYPD crime scene investigator, introduced during Brand New Day.
They didn't go. See what they missed it.
They missed it.
I didn't like Carly
That's
Cooper.
right. I remember that now. She was introduced right at that time too,
I didn't like her too much, to be honest.
because she was an MJ.
Well, no, just that, just I don't know.
It didn't last long though.
Yeah.
I think Spider Island, I think, kind of ruined the relationship.
I think well, that and I think she like became a goblin
Um,
because half of everyone Peter knows becomes a goblin eventually.
true. Yes, she is sprayed with the goblin formula
Yeah.
and turned into monster.
uh, so many goblins. God, you see the one of the things they're doing. They're doing Queen in Black, where Hela gets control of like the symbiote stuff, like Noel and this god of the symbiotes, and
I haven't paid attention to anything that's going on in the comics.
um also I think I haven't read it. I'm a little behind on it, but in Captain America, him and Doom go to hell to battle Mephisto.
Sure,
Cause of course.
sure.
Cause of course.
I mean,
Uh,
Captain America's punch Hitler. Why not the devil too?
right? I hear Spider or I hear Captain America is really actually really good. Like the run. It's Chip Zdarsky, and apparently he's one of those writers who he's got like 6 issues already done ahead of time. Like,
Mm.
which he was in the special thanks thing. I saw a bunch of actual like people like, oh, there's Todd McFarlane and there's
So, something that I caught in the credits, it said footage from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Where was there footage of Empire Strikes Back?
uh maybe in a random scene where he was building stuff. He had it on in the background, kind of like how he had the spider documentary, and maybe we just didn't see it.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I didn't notice anything.
I saw a special thanks to Star Wars and yeah, I was like, well, that's definitely for the Lego stuff. Um, but
Yeah,
then but then it
BMW.
then it said footage from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.
No special thanks to Little Caesars. No.
They were in the movie. That was their special thanks.
Uh, and then shortly after that, blatant advertisement for the Liquid IV collab that they have. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I have no idea what that is.
Liquid IV, the hydration packet thing.
Not
You
a
put in
clue.
water, the little. You never heard of Liquid IV? Wow.
Nope.
It's a hydrate. It's like a like this stick packets for drink mixes, but it's like for hydration and whatnot. They have like special Spider-Man flavors, but there were in the movie there was a big like advertisement board thing behind him at a spot that was showing off Liquid IV, and I think it was the Spider-Man version, and I'm like, "Wait, so Spider-Man has a Liquid IV collab in the how did they get what?" Like,
I don't. I
who has the rights to Spider-Man in this
because I
world?
never heard of it.
No.
I didn't catch it. I
Oh, yeah,
I
it's
did hear that, and because I didn't know this at the time, that Tom Holland's non-alcoholic beer made an appearance.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Which that just sounds like here's a terrible drink because beer
Well, he
already tastes like shit. So let's take out the
well,
alcohol and make it just a terrible drink.
he did the non-alcoholic beer because he had to give up drinking because he partied too hard
I
or
know,
whatever, and I'm
I
like,
know.
"Dude, you're like," and then this started, like, years ago, and I'm
Hmm.
like, "Dude, you haven't even been able to drink for that long. What are you talking about?" Like, like but I guess he is from the UK, so they are
Yeah,
able to drink a lot earlier than us, but it's just like, wow, that's kinda weird. Yeah, I don't know, I just, like, I don't get the point of, you know, non-alcohol like, just have a soda or something,
have something
like,
that actually tastes good. Yeah,
yeah, get a Shirley Temple.
sure.
Those are good.
A non-alcoholic strawberry daiquiri. Those are good too.
Non-alcoholic dirty Shirley. No. Wasn't that a line in the book, like, because Donut didn't know that
Yes.
yeah. Uh, man, who are they gonna who are they gonna get to voice the AI? Because 'Cause they're not gonna do Jeff Hayes because they already got
No.
him for Donut. They're not gonna get him for 2 characters. Unfortunately, I would be okay with him doing both, but
Yeah.
they're just not going to.
Well, I mean, since they've not they didn't announce it. No.
Yeah, you're
Um,
right. Yeah, they would have probably announced at the same time. Yeah.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of people want what's his name for Carl?
I honestly think it should be a bunch of unknowns
Uh,
for like a majority of the main
well, I've seen people
characters.
want Talon Warburton to be Carl because he's
Because
Patrick
he's
Warburton's
Patrick Warburton's
son.
son. I've also seen that too. And honestly,
I'm like, I'm like, okay,
maybe
maybe, but like, just because I don't, that's not a good reason. That's not the best reason. Get someone who could do the role good. It doesn't
it's.
actually have to be.
I mean, from one. I mean, I think he actually is. Well, no, I know he is an actor. So, but I don't think I've seen him in anything. I don't know if he's any good.
Well, the first few things that pop up are animated stuff I see, like Megamind and Dragon Rescue Riders and Guardians of the Galaxy, the show, at least on Google. I don't know. He's done a lot of voice stuff,
He's
voice
only on
acting.
voice stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, oh no, he's done a couple live actions things, but not many. It's all been voice stuff.
All the actors I know would be too old though. Like,
Yeah,
because Carl's only supposed to be like what, like 26, 27?
I mean, you can easily age him up 10 years and it'd be fine.
I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, if you do want to go younger, I don't know a lot of young actors to be honest.
No,
Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Timothée Chalamet are like the youngest.
Shalamada ding dong.
Yeah, Bing bong. Yeah, whatever. Oh man, we forgot to talk about Florence Pugh and the actual scenes with her in her office.
Good office. Good office.
Oh, that was great. See, I saw rumors about that, like how they were gonna have an intimate scene where they were both naked or whatever, and I'm like, "What? That can't be right. That's weird." No, and then when that happened, I'm like, "Well, maybe she was naked, but he wasn't. He had his boxers and his his mask." Uh, and then when she's on the video phone and Ned and Zendaya pop in, that was great too.
The
Oh, she's
sad
just so good at that role.
the sad man does have friends.
She is so good at that role. It's great. Man, I mean, I can't wait to see that scene, her versus Mystique that we saw in the trailer.
I still haven't seen any trailers.
You haven't seen the Doomsday trailer?
I've still not seen any trailers.
How'd you not see it? How'd they not show that when you saw Spider-Man?
They didn't. They didn't.
Because they showed it. Wow, that is wow. That is crazy. How? Wow.
I mean, it also wasn't AMC, so they're going to show
I
different
guess, but
different
still,
trailers.
you would think Marvel, that wow. Yeah. I'm shocked you still haven't seen it. There's some good stuff in that trailer. A lot of cool stuff, but a lot of stuff that's just like bits and pieces from the movie, I think, that don't really give away, like, the actual story,
Anything?
you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Good. That's
It's basically just,
that's what a
like
trailer should be. Shouldn't give away
it's
the whole
basically
goddamn
just
story.
characters from other universes, like, uh, confronting each other, you know? Whether they're fighting or they're, like, talking peacefully or whatever, just characters crossing over, you know, which I'm okay with, show me some of the crossovers and don't give away too much of the story. Also, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doom has a voice, has an accent. He's not just,
I mean,
oh, it's RDJ, but
he's from
Doom,
Latveria.
Yeah, he's doing something. Which when I first watched it, I'm like, who is that speaking? I was like, is that Patrick Stewart? Because like the first shot is of Patrick Stewart, you know, of the trailer.
Mm,
I'm like, wait, no, that doesn't sound right. And then it took a second, and I've seen other people say the same thing. They were like confused about the voice. They didn't, you know, so which has people hopeful because a lot of people's concerns about RDJ being cast as Doom was like it was just going to be they just got him because he's RDJ, but like it looks like RDJ is actually like trying to like act and actually be Doom and not just like take a check, which, hey, that's great. I'm here for it.
sure.
RDJ can be a really good actor when he wants to.
True.
I love him in the Sherlock movies. He's so good in those. Ah, I want a third one.
Not gonna happen.
Ugh. Did you have the Clayface trailer at your
Did have the Clayface trailer.
That looks weird.
I was kind of worried about a lot of it. I'm like, they're making Clayface seem like a hero in this, or an anti-hero, and he's not. Okay, nope, it's a horror movie. Got it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
As it should be.
Well, apparently, according to IMDb, Sherlock Holmes 3 is in pre-production.
For how long?
I don't know. There's no release date, but it's one of
That
the
just
few things for Robert
that
Downey
probably just
Jr.
means a
upcoming.
script was started.
Yeah. It's one of the few things he has for upcoming. Hey, I wouldn't be mad though. I like those movies. Or yeah.
Oops. Why did I do that? Nope, nope, nope. I clicked a thing. I clicked a thing and I didn't like it.
Oh no.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get some food.
Yep. I'm with you there. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Alrighty. See ya.
Later.
And thank you all for watching. and I'll see you tomorrow for some Baldur's Gate. Bye, y'all.